it's Rachel and Ona, and today he and I are going to work on leash walking like you requested. So a couple different things that I'm going to be doing with him today are teaching him how to walk on a loose leash and correcting him when he pulls, and also having him sit, hush, Ona, whenever I stop or you stop, so that he gets in that habit. That way he's not pulling you. It sets him up for the proper way to meet new people or meet new dogs on a walk. And if you stop like at a crosswalk or something, he's sitting calmly next to you and doesn't run into the road or anything like that. So, first things first, with the leash, the safest way to hold the leash is you put your thumb through the loop like this, and then you make a fist around the loop. Oh, no, hush. That way, come here.
Come here, good boy. Good boy, calm down.
No matter how hard he pulls, as long as your fist stays closed, he can't pull the leash out of your hand, and also this is a nice, comfortable way to do it. So, I'm going to start off by showing you our loose leash walking techniques. The one really important thing about loose leash walking is once he's exposed to it, never let him get away with pulling again, so always practice these methods. Especially when you're getting out of the car and bringing him up to the office here at daycare or going to the car. He's going to be excited about one or the other, hush hush Ona, and might be really tempted to pull. So it's not too long for you to walk between the office and the car, so that's an opportunity you have to really focus on him walking nicely on a leash. So I'm going to show you two methods. The first method I call the back method. That's where, for loose leash walking, you hold on to the end of the leash. As soon as he starts pulling and your arm gets outstretched, you stop walking, plant your feet, pat your leg and say, Ona, back, and wait until he comes back to you a little bit, getting some slack in the leash.
Ona, back. Ona, back. Ona, back. Good boy. Good boy.
So when you get slack in the leash like that, then you can continue your walk. Now, we usually don't use treats for loose leash walking because his treat is that he gets to continue his walk. He is excited, he wants to go places, so that's his reward, is that he has to stop taking time out of his walk to come back and walk nicely on a loose leash. So he and I are going to practice that a little bit, going around here and see how he does. Okay, so we have people in the office that he really wants to see. So as you can see, the back method wasn't really effective there. So I'm going to try walking him in some different directions, hopefully where he doesn't have as much of a distraction. And hopefully he will be a bit more responsive to this back method. So since Ona is still a young puppy, I think that he isn't able to quite calm down enough for the back method to really be effective. because that requires him stopping from pursuing whatever it is he wants to pursue and actually walking in the opposite direction, just with encouragement, and it seems like he's not quite ready for that yet. So the other method that we use for loose leash walking is what we call the reverse method. Now, what this one is when he starts pulling like this. If I was walking this way, you turn 180 degrees from the dog, give the leash a little jiggle and say, oh, now this way, and you walk in the other direction. This also helps with the pulling because he has twice the distance that he can travel before he starts pulling again. So if he's pulling all the way, 4, 5 feet on the leash that way, and you turn and you start heading that way, he has that distance, and then again before he gets in front of you and starts pulling. Also, I think this method is really helpful. Like if he's pulling off to the side, you just turn 180 degrees from wherever he is and you go in the other direction. Now, with this, it's not like you're pulling him, pulling back and trying to drag him in the other direction. You want him to do it on his own. But just with a little tug of the leash, that serves as, kind of a little reminder that, hey, we're going this way. And with you walking off in the other direction, that's going to catch his attention and he's going to be eager to follow you that way. So that's why it works a bit better for a dog with kind of a shorter attention span like puppies, like Ona here. So we're going to try that and see how he does. Come on, Ona. Come on. Ona, this way. This way. Good boy. Ona, this way. Good boy. Good boy, Ona. Ona, this way. This way. This way. Good boy. Okay, so as you can see, hush, hush, hush. He is a little hesitant to leave that area. He really wants to go around the corner there to where the people are. But I just keep on doing just little tugs like this. Say, Ona, this way, to get his attention, and eventually he walks really nicely, so that's what you want to see. All right, I'm going to keep walking him around a little bit and try to do some side-to-side work. Even if we get out of the camera, whenever he pulls, I'm just going to be doing this way. So he is a lot more responsive to this. As you can see, we're able to walk a long way without him pulling, which is exactly what we want to see. And he got a little bit tangled up there, but after some encouragement, he was just fine and following me well. So that's what we want to see. Now, it's important to practice this loose leash walking at least 20 to 30 minutes a day so that he really understands it. And at his age, it's the perfect time. It's really teaching leash manners. And so it becomes, if you are consistent with him, it becomes a habit for him to walk nicely on a loose leash instead of pulling. Because if he gets corrected every time he pulls, he'll learn not to pull and to walk on a loose leash. Hush, hush. I want to do a little bit more loose leash walking. We didn't quite make it to the sitting when we stopped, but that's okay. He is a young dog, and so we don't want to do too much at once. So I'm just going to do a little bit more walking around and see how he does. Come on, Ona. Ona, this way. This way. This way. Good boy. Good boy, Ona. This way. Good boy. Ona, this way. Okay, he's being much more responsive. This is good. Now, a quick note, you don't want to turn, kind of pulling back on him into a game. So, although it would be easy to kind of pull back since he is a smaller dog, you don't want to do that. You want him to do the action instead of you doing it for him. So you don't want to drag him back. That's why I'm doing short little tugs like this just to get his attention instead of, really dragging him like that. So that's how you should practice it at home. I hope this helps with his leash walking. This was Rachel and Ona, and we're working on leash walking.